Thank you, sir. It is 7:56, and we are returning from executive session with no action taken. So under new business A, review of bids received for the welcome sign to welcome to Elkins signs. I will entertain a motion, please.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion to reject the bids received for the Welcome to Elkins signs and to rebid that project.
Okay, we have a motion. Any comments or discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Under B, the city attorney's update on pending litigation was for information only, so thank you, no action required. Ordinance 319, amending and reenacting City Code Chapter 30.20 regarding competitive bidding. This is the first of two readings. This was put back on our agenda because the last one was the wrong version, I believe. So I will entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any comments or discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Under D, Resolution 1700, authorizing the city treasurer to open a bank account for the newly created Fund 26 opioid settlement. This is corrected, so I'll entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any comments or discussion?
Do we know how
Yes,
much?
sir. If I may,
Yes.
do I understand correctly that this account with Grant County Bank is to
This is a different one,
handle,
Dave. This is not Grant County. This is for the opioid settlement.
what?
This is for the opioid. We have to have a separate account for the money, the settlement money.
That's the next one.
There's two different resolutions
Okay.
about it,
This
thanks.
is the opioid settlement.
Yes.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're fine, sir. You're fine.
I had Grant County Bank on my mind. Oh, well.
I was going to ask, do we know how much we're going to be depositing into that account once it's open?
We have not received an amount at this time. A confirmed amount as well, say. We've had an approximation, but we haven't received a confirmed amount.
Okay.
I have a question on, is this have anything to do with the Whitmer?
No, no. This is the settlement money, the $1 billion that the state
You got me off.
Yeah.
You got me
Yeah.
off track, David.
So the next one will. This one does not.
And just in case anyone's wondering about the correction, basically, it turned out that the bank that the treasurer went to open the account needed a little bit more specific language in a couple places. So this is the same resolution that you approved 2 meetings ago,
Right.
but just with those changes that the bank needed.
Does the resolution say who the bank is?
No,
Do we know who the bank is?
I'm not. It's one of the ones right here in town, but
It's a local bank, but I'm not sure which one.
Okay.
Is this just to authorize?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we have a motion. Any other questions or comments? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Resolution 1705, authorizing execution of right-of-way permit application to West Virginia Department of Highways for construction of a Gold Star Family Memorial Monument on Department of Highways property leased by the city of Elkins. I will entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any comments or discussion?
I just think it's amazing that we'll be, honoring the Gold Star families. It's something we've, really we've needed to do for a long time, and I think many communities and also our state needs to do more. The ultimate sacrifice that a person makes, whether it be your son, daughter, husband, wife, whatever, your spouse. It's something that's really meaningful, and I've seen at the legislature when they would families would come down, and you just cry. It's just all you can do is just cry with them.
I agree with you, sir, and I want to thank Mr. McCarthy, who's with us tonight. He's a Rotarian who's taken point on this, and he was one of the ones that selected Elkins, so I appreciate them selecting Elkins as a location. So we have a motion. Any comments or discussion?
Just one, it says September 21st. It needs just to say December. The one that gets signed,
Okay,
I think says September, in the one in the packet.
Right.
Thank you.
thank you.
And I hope people take a moment to look at the design of it. It's really extraordinary. And one of the things that we talked about in the municipal properties meeting, in which we had several people there, was to really try to integrate it with streetscape and to have it very accessible to downtown, and hopefully to increase the number of people who go to that whole area, and I think it'll be a real asset to the community, and I appreciate all the work, and the design is really extraordinary, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other comments? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Resolution 1706, authorizing reimbursement of certain tax monies collected from Altice, also known as Optimum. Jerry, do you want to talk about this a little bit?
Sure. Sorry. So, a letter came to your treasurer several months ago requesting that a certain amount of B&O taxes paid by Optimum that were assessed against internet services be refunded. So I did some research. I think the memo is in your packet that explains that you could collect B&O taxes up to a certain date, and then that grandfathered in if you were collecting them at the time the legislation was passed, but it had a sunset. So they continue to pay B&O taxes, and they requested a refund. I did some research. I reached out to 2 other cities that have a franchise agreement with the same cable carrier. They got the same type of letter. We all agreed that it needs to be refunded. It is, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading it. It's a little small, but the amount in the letter is the amount that will be refunded. It got brought to finance, and I believe everyone there was unanimous in recommending it. Just to let you know, the money does not go back to the corporation. If you ever notice, if you have service with that company, at the bottom of your bill where all the taxes and other things are, you're paying a part of the B&O tax in there. So it will go back to customers, current customers and previous customers. They're trying to figure out the previous customers. That'll be a little trickier how to pay them. But if you're a current customer, you'll see some tiny credit. Because if you think of all their customers and you take that amount, and it's so anyway, this resolution will allow your treasurer to make that reimbursement as they've requested, and they provided the original returns they filed for those quarters and the amended ones, and the amount adds up.
Thank you, Jerry. I'll entertain a motion for Resolution 1706, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any comments or discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. I hope everyone enjoys their 11 cents they're going to receive on this. Resolution 1707, authorizing the opening of a bank account at Grant County Bank. I will entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any comments or discussion? Now you're up, sir.
I'll try this again. Cody Thompson, hang on, brother. My understanding is that this account would be to service the revenues coming from the operation of the Whitmer water system and probably to pay the bills for the system from the same account. Would that be correct?
I don't know if the bills will be paid from it, and Wes is here too, so please add anything to it. Once the PSC said that the city of Elkins was going to be utility taking it over, and there is an interim O&M, operation and maintenance agreement in place right now. Because of the way the people over there pay their bill, many of them go into the bank in Harmon, the Grant County Bank, and pay. There was not a good way that Tracy's office and the people that do the utility billing could do anything other than opening it. So that way, if they come in, like many people in that area do, pay their bill, there'll be an account. I don't know whether she'll write checks out of that to, for instance, pay their electric bill or like compensation to someone that works there. I don't know that. It's more or less because many people in that area come in and actually pay cash at the bank. And it was complicated the way it was. So this will take care of that problem.
And
You'd have
what
to ask Tracy about what else she might use it for.
It keeps us from mixing funds between our system and that system,
Well-
which is
Well,
good.
Dave,
They're always going to be separate.
Dave, I think it's a cleaner way for her to be able to transfer money from Grant County to Elkins, because otherwise we would have to go over and pick up the deposits, and that's not realistic for her to do that every day. So that's not a viable option. So this was a cleaner way for them to be able to transfer the money to us so they can go into an account that will actually sit here, though. Any other questions?
And we're
Yes.
the city's the only
Yes,
ones that'll have access
correct.
to it.
Thank
And it
you.
will still be an enterprise fund.
Correct. Just like your water fund is.
a separate enterprise, I guess. Okay, any other questions or comments? He answered your questions, Cody? All right, we're good then. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you. Resolution 1708, appointing C. Friddle to the Board of Zoning Appeals. I'll entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any comments or questions? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Resolution 1709, accepting conditions of contract between Del Monte Market and Tammy's Floral, or doing business as Tammy's Floral, and the City of Elkins, and authorizing execution of contract. I will entertain a motion to accept, please. We have a motion. Any comments or discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. And the last item today is Resolution 1710, reappointing L. Harris to the Board of Elkins Housing Authority. I will entertain a motion to accept, please.
So moved.
We have a motion. Any comments or discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, down to mayor's comments. I will try to keep these brief. I want to start with talking about earlier this week, we got to visit all the departments in the city to pass out the hams, the turkeys, and the shirts. I want to thank the council members that were able to show up for that. I know the other ones expressed an interest, weren't able to, but that's okay. You were still there in spirit. I think it was educational for a lot of the people that were out there. I can tell you from day one, or my first year actually here of going out and doing this till now, the relationship was a lot stronger between the workers, council, and the admin officers. They feel comfortable communicating, and I want to commend the staff here for making them feel comfortable. So thank you for your efforts there. We had a good time going out. Jeremy, thank you for taking the L's with us and getting some nice photos out there in the field and just making everybody feel like they're part of our work family. And those are the folks out there that are doing the hard work and making us all look good. Let's be honest about it. You guys get to make decisions, but they make us look good in the end of the day. So, but that's a great opportunity. Jeremy and I have been going to the radio station the past couple weeks, doing some spots out there, getting some more information out to the public. After the first of the year, we're probably going to start going every other week and just getting information out there just as an effort to be even more transparent, to be honest with you. So I figured we're going to schedule it on non-council days. That way I'm not completely booked on Thursday. We have a good time, and I'm probably going to start taking admin officers with me as well, so we can talk about capital projects that are going on, challenges and opportunities that we have. Mike Kessinger went with me a few months ago. Mike, I think you enjoyed it. You did a fantastic job as well. Jeremy's a natural on the radio, so just for your guys' awareness, if you hear us or you hear feedback from some of the local restaurants, Scotty's in particular loves to hear us on Saturday mornings, so it's something we're going to start doing on a more regular basis now. Right now, I would say, reflecting back on this past year, it's definitely been a roller coaster year. We've had some challenges, we've had some opportunities that we haven't had in the past, and you guys have handled it like champs. And the biggest change, the biggest positive change that I feel this council has made was identifying the need for competitive wages for our employees. So one more time, I'm going to repeat myself again and say thank you so much for understanding the need for competitive wages, making our employees feel appreciated and respected. We now have the ability to retain employees and not just be a training bed for other entities. Their morale has gone through the roof, and I commend you for the decisions you made doing that, so thank you. And I had the conversation with someone today and said, this is a council that doesn't kick the can. They like to stop the can, and they like to address issues head on. And once it's resolved, we move on to the next one, or we move on to the next opportunity. And like I said, I keep saying I'm just part of an amazing team, and I truly, truly believe that. I am so honored to be the mayor of this wonderful city where I have people that are wanting to make change. We have tremendous volunteers. Kathy, I mentioned it before. The tree over here looks amazing that you and Brian have done for years. I know you have another one in mind now, so I'm excited to see it. We have our town, we have CPC, we have so many groups out there and people wanting to get involved. So I'm truly blessed to be the mayor of this city. I love this city, I love this state, and I love this country. So it's just an honor for me to be here. So with that said, I want to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas and a very blessed 2024. I'm looking forward to working with you again in the future. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.